All right, looks like we're live. I am here with Mr. Orlando Mayorga. Extremely excited to have him joining us on the live stream tonight. He's a veteran in the game. He's been in the insurance industry with life insurance for 6 years now. So he's definitely been around the block, seen it all, knows what's good, what's not, has had a lot of success. And he had success right off the bat, leveraging the TurboTax software. And with Orlando, he's fully virtual. He is a fully virtual agent, and he's building a massive agency all virtually all over the country. So it's exciting to watch him grow that and leverage different tools to do that. Real quick, this is his website down below, finalexpensevirtual.com. You guys can check that out if you are looking to connect with Orlando after this and learn more about him and what he can do and how he can help you. Check out his website down there, Final Expense Virtual. But Orlando, how we doing? Thanks for hopping on.
Hey, brother, we're doing great. Thank you for the opportunity to showcase me to our fellow agents that are not part of our group or are been watching TurboTax. And I got to tell you, it's one of the best things you've created. And I'm doing really, really well. And I'm very happy to be here and get to promote what we're doing with TurboTax and also showcase to agents that you don't have to wear a suit and tie to make
Mm-hmm.
sales selling insurance.
Right. Yeah. Work from home. You can wear whatever you want. It's the best.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your background and, real brief, who you are, how you started and how'd you get to where you're at now?
Absolutely. So my name again is Orlando Mayorga. I'm from Central America, originally from Nicaragua, third generation immigrant. Came to this country like everyone else to win. My father's an entrepreneur, so early on in life, he bestowed upon me, the fact that anything is possible when you work hard. So work ethic is the catalyst to my success in anything that I've done. I have a background in finance and economics. I went to Florida International University here in Florida, and I was a banker, typical banker with a suit and tie. I used to work at a branch. People would come in and talk to me about lending and loans and different stuff like that. But as I grew up in the entrepreneurship world, I realized, you know what? This bank is making a lot of money. I just got a
Mhm.
guy that will come in, deposit 5 million. I'll lend him 2 million to refinance his business, and I'll get a little thank you check, right? But I wasn't very happy about that because I'm
Mhm.
doing the math and I'm thinking, dude, these people are making some serious change.
Mhm.
So fast forward, I moved to North Carolina. My wife and I, when our son was a little baby, we decided to kind of venture out and go somewhere we don't even know anyone, right? And if you're watching this, I highly recommend you do that in your life. Go somewhere you don't know anybody. And that was a blessing for me because my wife actually went to an interview to interview for insurance, and she said, "You know what, my husband will be a good fit for this." So I went into the deal. It was kind of like a betting switch deal, right? Like they
Mhm.
tell you you're gonna sell these things, and I'm thinking, dude, I know I'm gonna sell insurance. Let's go. What do I need to do? So
Right. Right.
I started knocking on doors in North Carolina, all over the state. If you know North Carolina, it's a pretty big state and it's pretty hectic driving. So all the way from south, all the way to almost Virginia to North Carolina, Wilmington, Havelock, military towns, and I did really well. And I love insurance. Knocking on doors. The only thing I didn't like about field sales is that sometimes you go to this interesting neighborhoods and interesting situations where you're
Right.
thinking, "Whoa, I need to reconsider where I'm going," right? But either way, that didn't deter me. And in 2015, 2016, I partnered up with an individual that introduced me to telesales, where basically he showed me how it is to sell insurance over the phone. Now, back in those days, insurance carriers didn't believe in what we do now, which is virtually selling, right? Because of
Mhm.
chargebacks, because of non-taking ratios, because as you know, with telesales, you have to make sure that you write quality business, and that's what
Right.
the insurance companies are looking for. So, fast forward today, I'm with Family First Life Velocity, with Dave Witcher and my partner Brenda Janicer, and I gotta tell you, ever since I came across TurboTax, I was just mind blown because back then I used to literally text my clients myself, and I
Yeah.
used to have these little templates, and I created
Yeah.
there's apps that you could put pictures and you could put words, and I have to change them. I did little videos with like bomb and stuff like that, but I always thought to myself there has to be a better way to do this.
Mhm.
Hopefully someone will create it, right? I'm not a tech guy. I love technology, but I'm not a tech guy. I'm
Mhm.
more of a insurance salesperson.
Right.
I'm a professional salesman, right? But when I heard about TurboTax, because by the way, kudos to you guys, because it's in organic marketing. People are
Yep.
talking about it. You guys have your group, and I thought to myself, you know what? Let me check this out, because I've checked out different platforms that do the same thing that TurboTax does, but the support is not that great.
Mhm.
And what I love about TurboTax, and again, this is coming from me. Zach didn't give me any money or anything like that. This is straight word of mouth
Yeah.
marketing, organic word of mouth referral, right, to everyone that's watching this. Is that you guys have amazing platform. The fact that you have different templates where I can say if the customer tells me, "Hey, I'm not interested," or "I didn't fill this out," I understand what I have to click and send it to them in real time, which is
Yep.
amazing, right?
Yep.
But the most amazing thing to me is that you are an agent. You guys are agents. You understand the insurance business. You
Right.
understand the marketplace, and that really resonated with me. And as long as I'm here and as long as TurboTax exists, I'm gonna be a client forever, and build my
Yep.
agency that way and share it with the fellow agents. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much my introduction. And
Yeah, that's
TurboTax is
awesome.
pretty dope.
That's cool, and I appreciate that, and it means a lot coming from someone who has been in the industry so long, has experienced different tools and technology and ups and downs and this and that, and like you said, like I'm an agent myself, and I felt the pain of just dialing and not having a really clean, smooth method to text and automate a lot of that, and doing it by hand ain't gonna work.
Yep.
It's gonna take up way too much time and energy, and I wanted to put something together that I know works because I'm an agent myself, and I've tested it, right? And I think that's what some of the best products they're created through a strong need, right? A real need in the marketplace through someone who's feeling that pain and wanting a better solution to it. And that I think that's it, where some of the best products are born. It's just naturally like that, instead of like an outside company trying to come in
Yep.
and, hey, this is what you need, do this, do that. It's like, no, this is our word tracks, this is how we book appointment, like everything. I wanted to be catered specifically to FFL agents, and it really is an FFL based software, and other agencies can use it too, but FFL is, the bread and butter, right? That's what we're both running with. So yeah, I appreciate those thoughts, and that's really cool that you see it the same way I do. So when you first heard about it, you created your account. Tell us a little bit about, kind of walk us through your experience, getting everything set up, and then getting your first text blast out. Uh, yeah, walk us through a little bit on that experience and like in any results you had from the start.
Oh, absolutely. So I put about 100 leads in there, right? I didn't want to
Hmm.
overwhelm the system. And I said, let's see what happens. Some people said, stop calling me, all that good stuff.
Right.
And just by the way, just a little caveat to that. If you're an agent and you think to yourself, I'm just going to call this lady, who cares if she's telling me to stop? Be careful with that, because based on the FCC and TCPA guidelines, if they tell you don't reach out to me because they
Right.
forgot or whatever, you cannot reach out to them. And what I love about TurboTest, it has a little D&D, do
Right.
not disturb. I think that's what it stands for, right? I
Yep.
don't know
Yep.
if the
Exactly.
acronym is correct, but
Yep.
I figured it was. So I love that, because then like that, all those people that don't even hear me out, they're gone. I don't have to deal with them, right?
Right. It
So what?
automatically D&Ds them. Yep.
Yeah, and if by mistake I made a mistake and I call it D&D and the system
Mhm.
goes, you can't call that person. I'm thinking what? And then I looked in the bottom, like, oh, that's why, right?
Right.
But out of all those, I had like I did 4 sales with TurboTax. I
Nice.
had a lady that reached out to me, and it was kind of, at first I was kind of like, is this really real? Is this really happening? Is she talking to
Yeah.
me? So she's like, yeah, I'm interested. Let's set up a time. So what TurboTax has that is very remarkable is that there's templates. You don't have to sit there and type away. My
Yep.
name is Orlando and I'm reaching out. No, it's everything is automated, which I love. And I click the button, boom, and it's saying, my wife's asking me, "Hey, are you working?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working. Look at this. Look at everyone here.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
right." So the lady reaches out to me. What's pretty cool is that I also popped the website, right, my personal website. Which, by the way, let me throw this out there to all of you that are watching this and want to get into TurboTax and using it. TurboTax gives you the ability to create your own personal website as an agent, to build that credibility with the client. They look at your national producer number, they see what states you're licensed in, they see what you could offer, and I think that's a very amazing value proposition when it comes to talking to people over the phone. Because back in 2015, when I used to talk to people, literally, I'll catch you now, I would do something like this. Hey, Mr. Zach, you might be a scammer. Well, sir,
Right.
thank you for sharing that with me. But just to alleviate your concern, let's call the Department of Insurance. And literally, I would do this. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
Call the Department of Insurance. Listen to this crazy stuff. And it worked, by the way, but it was
Wow.
crazy. This was like renegade telesales tactics.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
call the number. I will call the number. They'll pick up Department of Insurance, North Carolina. How you doing? Yeah, this guy named Orlando. Is he an insurance agent? Yes, sir. This is his phone number. This is his address. Blah blah blah. Okay, son. Let me
Wow.
get that checkbook. Let me give you my social. Done, right? Because you want
Mhm.
to build that credibility. And as you know, especially I focus on the senior market. The senior market are very skeptical, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could give them everything, right? I hear agents, which is funny to me, when I hear different pitches of people that I have trained in the past. They're like, "Well, I just tell them, well, give me your social, and I'll give you mine." What? No, 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 no. That's not a very professional way to do it. So there's certain nuances and certain things that you need to do when it comes to selling virtually. But the fact that TurboTax can already alleviate that for me, it's amazing. Where a system it tells you, okay, you want my information, you want to know who I am? Here's my website. Click on this
Right.
website. Look at the number that I'm calling you from. Look at all this. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Done. It brings that credibility and that peace of mind that, look, my intention here is to help you, sir. Is to help you, ma'am, not to hurt you. So, by the way, you submitted this request, so what's going
Right.
on, right? And that's where your sales skills comes in, the whole deal. But TurboTax has been great, man. I wish I could put like 5,000 leads and see what happens, but I don't want to
Yeah, you can,
overwhelm your servers
right,
over
right,
there,
right.
right?
You just slowly, gradually add
Yeah,
more, and
absolutely. But it's
yep,
it's been it's been amazing, man. And I think that the fact that it's being built by agents for agents,
yep,
that's the kicker for me. Because like you alluded to, Zach, just to kind of piggyback on what you said, there's a lot of tech people that are very smart, right? It's kind of like think Amazon wants to get into insurance, right? What do they know
hmm
about insurance? They don't, but they want to get into it, right?
hmm
Tesla wants to get into insurance. Why? Because insurance is so lucrative, where you can go sell a $50 policy and get paid $700
right,
for talking to somebody and being intentional and helping that person from that time when that time comes where somebody's gonna disease or pass
right,
away.
right.
So I think that for me it's amazing because TurboTax is not gonna ask you to do something it's not willing to do itself, meaning that we build this for agents, we build
Yep.
this for insurance, and I think that's something that I was very impressed with. So it's not something that you guys put together for the marketplace and generate revenue. It's more like, hey, let's do this right, so we can
Yep.
have lifetime customers. And I tell you, man, if TurboTax one day goes IPO or something, like I want to have first dibs on that initial public offering.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
invest into this. I'm
we'll have to have
serious.
that conversation. Yeah. I
Absolutely,
mean,
man. I'm just throwing that out
yeah.
there to you. So
Yeah, yeah, because we plan on adding more and more features as as time goes on, as more
oh,
agents say, "Hey, it'd be cool if it had this," right? And we can do that, right?
you know,
We can be
sorry to
creative with
interrupt.
that.
You know what? It would be cool if you guys
Yeah.
can add a video feature. I know that video. I've used vanilla soft CRMs and I've asked them to add that. But if you could add a little video feature where I can
hmm
send a 30-second video to Betty, that would be mind blowing. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
can actually, so you can do that. It's just not at a mass texting level, right? You can through the Lead
Mm.
Connector app. I'm sure you've used the Lead Connector
Yeah, I
app,
use
right?
the Lead Connector app. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can send photos and videos individually. Like if you have a pre-recorded one in your
Gotcha.
library, you can send
Gotcha.
them individually.
Okay.
At the moment, we don't have it set up to where you can send it to like 100 people all at once.
That would be
But
amazing.
in the future, hey, it could be a future feature that we
Yeah,
can consider. So
that would be
for
great.
sure.
Because
Um,
then not only sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Not only the reason I say this is because believe it or not, like, and I've learned this from Grant Cardone. I mean, I love Grant Cardone's
Yep.
when it comes to salesmanship, and I followed him for a long time. I mean, I even have this little wristbands and stuff that he
10x.
has. Went to 10x in Vegas and all that
Yep.
good stuff. But
Nice. Nice.
one thing that he talks about, and one thing that we have implemented here in my agency is that send a quick little video to a client. When they see your face and they know you're a real person, they're like, "Oh man, this guy's for real." I mean, I'll tell you right now, I have 60-year-old ladies from all over the country, Texas, Missouri, Kentucky, you name it, Louisiana, chat with me through video. They call me, just hey, how are you? I need to add another beneficiary or whatever. And I
There you
FaceTime
go.
them. It's so crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
And what's so crazy is that when I was knocking on doors in North Carolina, this was back in 2015. Seniors used to tell me, "Hey, honey, why didn't you call me? Why can't we do this over the phone?" I'll be like, you know, Miss Betty, I ask myself that question every day.
Yeah, right.
Because back then I had Geico insurance, and when I call Geico auto insurance, I
Right.
just call my agent. Hey, I bought a new truck. This is my VIN number. This is my stuff. What's up? How much is it? All right, done. We're done. DocuSign, done. Let's
Yep.
go. Done. Right. And that's where we're headed to. If you look at the marketplace, that's where we're headed to. People that used to say, "Hey, Telesales is not gonna work. That video stuff's not gonna work. Your non-taking ratio is gonna be through the roof. Your chargebacks are gonna be through the roof." I'll tell you right now, with the carriers that I represent, my persistency is in the high 80s, high 90s.
Yeah.
Why? Because I have a structure where also a follow-up structure
Hmm.
where I think TurboTax you can implement that. I haven't seen, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna
Yep.
look into it. Where you can send a little blast text message to people's like birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Betty. Just thinking of you.
Right.
Let me know if you need anything. Things like that. So with video is very powerful, and I've learned that from Grant, and I've done it ever since. And I mean, we're doing video right now. You and I. Yours.
Yeah.
Where are you at? What state are you in?
I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah.
Hot
And you're
Phoenix.
north.
I'm in Florida.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. So yeah, video is powerful, and that's a good little tip I think for users that want to add another layer of credibility is shoot over a little video over text as well, just to kind of back up what you said in the initial text. So that's a great
Absolutely.
idea. And then to kind of go back to what you were saying with your personalized website that's client facing to build credibility before you get on the phone. I believe that's this website, right? That's the
Yeah,
Orlando.
that's the website.
This
If
one.
you guys want to check it out, that's the website.
Yeah, if you're curious what it looks like, then what we're
Yep.
talking about right now,
Yep.
that's his website right there.
For the
But
clients.
so basically, it's for the clients, right? It's like TurboTax offers a client-facing website. It's pre-templated, pretty much built out for you. You just plug in your photo, your
It's
MPN
awesome, dude.
number, your basic info, and then I shoot this to clients when I book an appointment over the phone or over text. I'm shooting them the website before I get on the phone with them, so then they have time to look me up, put a face to the name, look at my license. That's license is on there. There's a button where they can click that they can go search up my license. I get all that out of the way. So it's designed specifically for telesales where I build all the credibility. I'm not sitting there fighting with the client over the phone for 20, 30 minutes asking for personal information because they trust me
Amazing.
already.
Yep.
And it just another added layer of whatever you can do to build credibility and make your life easier. That's what I'm trying to do with TurboText. And it's I've seen a difference. I notice a difference when I get on the phone with someone who hasn't seen my website versus getting on the phone with someone who already went through my website. It's
Big
just a much
difference.
smoother conversation for sure. Yeah. I'm sure you've experienced that too, right? When you send some
Yeah.
clients your website,
Yeah,
it
you know
helps.
what? And that's a good tip that you, because usually what I started doing is just just doing the blast texting and
Yep.
just going through the templates. But that's a good little tidbit right there. Where let me also throw in the website for you, right?
Hmm.
And I've implemented that, and it's worked really well. Where people can put a face to the voice, and
Hmm.
you also avoid all those objections about where are you calling from? Are you licensed? Are you calling from Pakistan, Philip? No, sir. I'm in Florida. I am a licensed agent, right? In your
Yep.
state, right? And just to kind of go back into back in when I started, and to throw this out there to every agent that probably is watching this and thinking to themselves, "Look, I'm a door knocker and I'm having so much success. That's great. We're not knocking that out because that's how I started." But this is one thing that I wanted to kind of throw this out there to everyone that's watching this. If you could pick up the phone to set up an appointment, why not pick up the phone and close the deal? Think about that for a little bit. You bust your tail picking up the phone to set up your week, and then you have to go see these people. They're gonna port you, or they're gonna forget about you, whatever.
Hmm.
Right? You're driving all over town, but with telesales and virtually, you're doing this at a higher intensity, right? And that's the mantra where I kind of rebranded my agency called Fun Expense Virtual. Increase your impact, right? You're increasing your impact by
Hmm.
texting, video, and I think that by having these tools in your toolbox as an agent is something that's gonna make you better. Like I tell agents, technology is not gonna replace the agent; it's going to enhance the agent,
Right.
right?
100%.
So I believe that I mean, if you have an insurance license in today's world, it's one of the best times ever to be an insurance agent ever. Think about 50
100%.
years ago when
Yeah.
Johnny was collecting the premium. Think about that. I mean, I've been around the block and I've talked to people that are very successful, that are old timers, And they used to tell me, I used to go collect the premium from Zach. I'm like, what? You gotta collect, like you're collecting rent payments? He goes, yep. So think about it. Imagine you had to go collect, you had 1,000 clients and you had to collect the premium from 1,000 people.
Yeah, no, no, thanks.
That's back in the days, though. It would have been. I mean, if you think about back in the days, it's more personable. You sit down at their kitchen table, you're having
Right,
dinner. But now, think about this: we come to your kitchen table directly to you,
right.
right? Virtually, you could be in the Bahamas, you could be wherever. You could sell twenty four
It's
seven.
amazing.
A
It's just
miracle.
amazing, dude. It's just like with virtual mixed with how well insurance carriers pay out and all the systems in place and how anyone who with the work ethic and who's coachable can join us and get
Yep.
to work and make more money than they've ever made. It's just amazing the opportunity that we have and all the tools that to help us to do it at a high level. And it's just the right timing. You're right. I never really thought about that, how amazing the timing is right now with virtual
It's
insurance sales
amazing, Zach.
specifically.
You're like a genius. You're like, if they build it, they will come. So
Yeah,
not
yeah,
because you're on here and I'm talking to you, but man, thank you very much for building TurboTax. I think that I was thinking about that back in the days, but I never had the know-how or had the people that do it. I just feel like maybe one day, through the grain,
right.
one
Yeah,
day, right? And here you go, you did it. So I appreciate that, man. On behalf of all the agents around the country, thank you, man. This is amazing, dude. Like, and with America, one of the carriers that we represent, America does a text little sign, which I've
yeah,
that blew my brains because I'm thinking, wait a second, I just cultivated this relationship with this lady through TurboTax. She's not only gonna talk to me, right, whatever. She's also gonna sign her app and get her policy forms through her little cell phone.
through text. Yeah,
How crazy is that?
wild.
And most seniors, a lot of people don't know this, but I've been doing the research. I mean, this is the reason why I venture out to the phone. Is that more baby boomers, more seniors are venturing on in technology. They're having, I
Mhm.
have no grandmas that have cell phones, that have
Oh yeah,
iPhones and stuff
big
like that. They
time.
know how to text. TikTok is crazy. My wife loves TikTok. She's on TikTok learning how to cook. Like, look
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
learned how to make. I go, where did you learn how to do that? Oh, TikTok. I'm like, what? So think about that for a little bit. Like, you can learn things from social media, right?
right.
And it's very powerful. But I'm glad that that was built, and
Mhm.
it's just helping more people and impacting more agents and helping more
That's
families.
that's
That's what
it,
it's all
man.
about.
It's like the domino effect. Like
Yes, sir.
if I'm able to help more agents get more sales, that's more families protected.
Dude, amazing.
So it's like in my mind, that's the impact I'm looking for is in helping as many families as possible by helping as many agents as possible. So I really appreciate you, Orlando, for taking the time to hop on and your experience with TurboTax and the results you got are amazing. And obviously, you'll continue to get more results, and we'll continue to make the software better and uh, continue to help new agents learn telesales and leveraging as many tools as possible so they can be as successful as possible. But with that, I'll wrap it up here. Is there one last thing you wanted to share, or one tip, trick, or anything you wanted to share to kind of wrap this thing up before we hop off here?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're an agent that's watching this and you want to venture out and do this virtually or do this through the phone with telesales, remember that this is a contact sport. There's gonna be a lot of no's before you get to those yeses. But one thing that I can tell you is that do not give up. Be relentless. Remember, you're helping these people. Even if they tell you whatever they tell you, or you feel like, man, these leads suck, or they're not
Mhm.
answering, remember, there's that one person that needs your help because everyone needs our product. We're not even selling, we're just giving advice like, hey, this is what you think you need, right? So
Yep.
reach out to Zach if you want more information on TurboTax. I believe that if you're part of FFL, you get a code or something, a discount code. I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
correct when
it's
I
right
say
at the
that.
bottom. I
Okay.
put the code
All
there.
right.
It's 30
Perfect.
FFL and then
I
the
don't want
website.
to get into
Yeah,
into
yeah.
trouble with you.
No, you're good. Yeah, 30 FFL
Yeah.
is the code, and then uh, you get a 14-day free trial. So give it a shot.
Yep.
Just in your first 2 weeks, a lot of agents get the first sale,
It's
so
worth it.
it's worth it. If it's free for 2 weeks, try it out. It can't hurt. So, uh, yeah. With that, thanks again, Orlando. Highly
Thank you.
appreciate you hopping on. I got some good notes here from your experience as a veteran agent, and it's kind of cool to hear the background and your knowledge around that, and it's exciting to see where you're going to go and how many agents and you're going to help and how many families you're going to protect. So
Absolutely,
keep it up,
brother.
my man.
Absolutely, you too, man. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'll see you one of those meetings that we have with FFL, and we'll
Yes, sir.
shake
Yeah.
hands. All right, brother.
100%.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no doubt. All right. See you later, man.